Some people aren't just unique. They are the kind that make you wonder if they're even real. Born with conditions that defy logic, they push limits and show the world what resilience actually looks like. In this video, we're going to look at the 15 most unique humans you won't believe exist. From ultra-rare conditions to weird obsessions, these people will leave you just wordless. Number 15. Terry Wallace. Terry Wallace's story is one of the most unbelievable recoveries ever recorded. After a car crash in 1984, he was declared to be in a vegetative state, expected never to regain awareness. But nearly 19 years later, in 2003, Terry suddenly began speaking. Doctors were stunned. He remembered names, faces, and even events from before the accident. But what shocked them even more was what came next. Terry started solving complex math problems and speaking in languages he hadn't studied. His brain appeared to rewire itself during those 2 decades. Scientists conducted studies trying to understand how damaged brain areas had adapted, sparking new research into neuroplasticity. Terry's case became a turning point for how recovery from brain trauma is understood. Though he still faced many physical challenges, his cognitive comeback gave hope to thousands. His story proved the brain is capable of much more than we assume, even after years of silence. Terry passed away in 2022, but his legacy still resonates. Number 14. Louu. Louu lives with her family far from the city, in a quiet corner of the German countryside. She's a filmmaker, parent, and former tattoo artist covered in symbols, each one with meaning. "I only have one tattoo," she says, "because it's all part of one piece." 6 years ago, she began transitioning. That journey became a deeper dive into self-awareness. People online say she looks like a bad parent just because of how she looks. But Lily doesn't care. "The more I tried to fit into the normal world, the less sense it made," she says. She doesn't chase fancy cars, big houses, or empty status. "Most people are just playing a part, trying to win a game they don't even like," she says. Lily built a home and life that feels real to her. She may stand out, but she's not trying to. She's just living her truth and letting her kids grow up surrounded by honesty, not masks. Number 13. Surell. Surell is often described as having a calendar locked inside his mind, and it is for good reasons. After being struck by a baseball at age 10, something shifted. Suddenly, he could remember the exact date of any event he experienced, what the weather was like, what he wore, even what he ate. This incredible memory spans back decades. From 1965 onward, he remembers the day of the week for any date and ties it to specific details. Scientists believe Orlando has a rare form of synesthesia, where numbers, dates, and memory become linked in extraordinary ways. His brain scans revealed an enlarged hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for memory. While others forget small talk or daily routines, Orlando remembers everything, so much that it can overwhelm him socially. He's been featured by CNN, BBC, and the New York Times, and continues to be a subject of cognitive studies. Surell's life proves that even everyday events can unlock remarkable human abilities most never imagine. Number 12. Tych. At 23, Tych is 6 months pregnant with his first child. He started transitioning as a teenager and describes it as a long process of learning himself all over again. When the pregnancy test came back positive, he cried himself to sleep. It was something he'd always wanted. He became pregnant through insemination and started sharing his story online. While many have supported him, others haven't held back, calling him confusing or questioning why he transitioned at all. His response is simple. It's not their baby. They're not raising her. What matters most is that his daughter grows up surrounded by love and respect. Tych's grandmother, Marceline, and his sis Marlachia were shocked at first but quickly came around, and now they can't wait to meet the baby. "She'll always have me," he says. "I'll always be there for her." He's not trying to prove anything to anyone. His only goal is to raise his daughter right and be the parent he never had. Number 11. Daniel Kish. Daniel was born blind, but that never stopped him from exploring the world in his own way. Over time, he developed echolocation, clicking his tongue and listening to the sound bounce off objects to navigate with precision. Similar to Ben, Daniel mastered a technique called flash sonar, using high-frequency clicks to detect shape, size, and distance. Through this method, he could walk independently, ride a bike, hike trails, and move through unfamiliar places with ease. From a young age, Daniel showed remarkable awareness, and his parents supported his independence. That freedom helped him refine his echolocation into a skill so sharp he eventually began teaching others. Today, he trains blind individuals around the world to use echolocation, changing how blindness is understood. Daniel's life proves that perception isn't limited to eyesight. It's shaped by how we interpret the world. With each click, he's reshaping how people think about possibility, ability, and the power of adapting when the world offers no shortcuts. Number 10. Elise Saso. Elise grew up hearing the same advice over and over: just diet, work out, and the weight will go away. But nothing changed. What doctors missed was that Elise inherited lipolympadema from her mother, a genetic disorder that combines lipedema and lymphedema, causing painful fat buildup in the legs and other areas. Her mother was never diagnosed, so Elise spent years thinking it was her fault. It wasn't. When she finally learned the truth, she founded a non-profit called Beauty is the Beast to raise awareness and educate others. "I want to break down the barriers society has put up," she says. Elise used to avoid showing her legs, but not anymore. She recently went to her friend Lisa's shop to try on clothes that show them off. "It's fun, it's confidence, it's freedom," she said. Now she walks into rooms with her head up. She's not hiding her body. She's using it to speak for every woman who was told to shrink. Number 9. Rowan Ali. Well, now this is just unbelievable. At just 11, Rowan is breaking records in powerlifting. He started competing at 9, and this year he smashed through with a 115-kilogram squat, a 135-kilogram deadlift, and a 310-kilogram total. "Getting a PB feels amazing," he says. But while Rowan is putting in the work, it's his parents, Ben and Gemma, who get hit with criticism. Some people accuse them of pushing him too hard or say he's missing out on childhood. That bothers them. "Rowan is busy, but with things he loves," Gemma says. "He's not forced into anything." Rowan agrees. "They don't push me to train or eat protein. I want that. I push myself." He's also a big brother to Hetty, who's 3, and his parents make sure both kids get every opportunity. For Rowan, lifting isn't just a sport, it's about focus, discipline, and proving what's possible. He's not doing this for anyone else. He's just a kid who happens to be very, very strong. He is 1 in a million. Number 8. Miyuki Sugiyama. Miyuki Sugiyama is 26 and stands 6 feet 5. Her legs alone measure nearly 53 inches, over 2/3 of her height. She lives in Ashland, Ohio, where she met her husband Trevor, 27, just last year. The two got married in June, but COVID forced them into a small ceremony. They're now planning the big celebration they missed. But Miyuki's never had an easy time shopping for clothes, and wedding dresses are even harder. Finding a gown that fits her proportions is proving to be a challenge. She's used to standing out, but that doesn't make it easier. Miyuki has spent most of her life adjusting to a world not designed for her height. Now she just wants to find a dress that actually feels like hers. Something elegant, something tailored, not just long enough. The wedding may not have happened the way they imagined, but this next one will be hers from head to toe, and this time, it'll fit. All right now, let's move to number 7, Matteo. Matteo lives in New York and has spent over $300,000 on cosmetic procedures. From multiple BBLs to lip injections, doctors now refuse to touch. I've had so much filler they won't go near them anymore, he says. For Matteo, surgery isn't just about looks, it's about feeling seen. I wanted the kind of attention women get from men, but what he gets instead, especially in dating, is a string of fake guys. They're only after one thing, he says. He's been single for 5 years and struggles to trust anyone now. Still, he's trying. Today, he's going on a date with Than, a 25-year-old menswear designer. Matteo's unsure how it'll go. He's been judged before, dismissed or treated like a joke, but he's showing up anyway. People think I'm doing this for attention, but I do it for myself, he says. Matteo knows exactly how he looks, and exactly how hard it is to find someone who sees him beyond that. So, do whatever you like without any guilt. Number 6, the Sassy Sisters. Teresa and Anna were born without arms, both with near-identical congenital limb differences. Raised by the same adoptive mom, they were encouraged early on to figure things out for themselves. They've used their feet as hands for as long as they can remember. Teresa says her entire life is shaped around adapting because the world isn't built for people with no arms. But she never had to face it alone. Anna's been right there with her. We're really the only ones who get it, Anna says. Still, that doesn't shield them from the constant stares and rude questions. It's like being a walking zoo exhibit, Teresa explains. That frustration led them online, where Teresa now posts videos showing exactly how she does everyday things, getting dressed, cooking, even taking the trash out. With Anna often joining in, they tackle stereotypes head-on. Their phrase, "Arms are overrated." Their point? Difference isn't a weakness. It's part of being human. We do things differently, but we're just like you. Number 5. Leslie Lemke. Born with severe mental and physical disabilities, Leslie wasn't expected to thrive. Doctors predicted a life of silence and confinement, but his story had other plans. At 16, Leslie stunned everyone when he touched a piano for the first time and instantly played back Tchaikovsky's Piano Concerto number. 1, having only heard it once. Despite being blind and never receiving formal lessons, he had somehow absorbed the music with perfect recall. His adoptive mother, May Lemke, helped nurture this unexpected gift. With her support, Leslie continued to perform with incredible emotional depth and flawless technique. Over time, he played in concerts, appeared on television, and became the subject of several documentaries, including The Miracle of Leslie Lemke. His talent defied logic, challenging conventional ideas about disability and potential. Leslie inspired millions not just with his music, but with his resilience and heart. Through every note, he reminded the world that hidden potential can live in the most unlikely places. Number 4. The Real-Life She-Hulk. Jackie Korn isn't trying to blend in, she wants to dominate. Born and raised in Schagen, the Netherlands, Jackie has spent years building her body and chasing a dream, the WWE. She trains up to 3 hours a day, lifting heavy and pushing harder every week. I just keep building, she says. Her look is unmistakable, 25-inch biceps and what she proudly calls curvy girl muscles. When a clip of her posing went viral, opportunities started rolling in, including offers to perform in wrestling shows. Now she's got her eyes locked on the big leagues. They had Hulk Hogan, she says. Now it's time for She-Hulk. She doesn't shy away from the spotlight. In fact, she thrives in it. For Jackie, this isn't just about bodybuilding. It's about showing that women in muscle aren't something to laugh at or dismiss. She's ready to step into the ring, take the mic, and claim the space that was never built for her, but is about to be. Number 3. Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking was diagnosed with ALS at just 21, and doctors told him he had only 2 years to live. But instead of surrendering, he reshaped how we understand time, space, and the universe itself. His groundbreaking work on black holes and the nature of time earned him global recognition, transforming him into one of the most celebrated scientists of all time. His book, A Brief History of Time, sold more than 40 million copies and brought complex physics into the mainstream. Despite being paralyzed and dependent on a speech device, Hawking traveled the world, gave lectures, appeared on shows like The Simpsons and Star Trek, and shared his ideas with humor and brilliance. He was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom and countless other honors. Hawking's life was proof that human willpower can outshine physical limitations. Until his death in 2018, he pushed boundaries, both scientific and personal, and left behind a legacy that will echo far beyond our galaxy. What do you think about this guy? Number 2. Celia. Every morning, 26-year-old Celia disconnects her Hickman line, a tube that runs into her heart. It's how she eats, drinks, and gets her medicine. 4 years ago, her digestive system failed. Now, she runs her feed overnight for 14 hours. She was born with Lou's Dietz syndrome, or LDS, a rare genetic disorder that affects connective tissue across the body. It causes chronic pain, extreme fatigue, and has weakened many of her organs. It could happen tomorrow or in 5 years, Celia says. The average life expectancy is just 36. She inherited LDS from her father, who jokes, "I'm the gift that keeps on giving." Still, her days are not spent in bed. With support from her parents and husband James, Celia has dedicated her life to disability advocacy, fighting for inclusion and awareness, especially for rare conditions like hers. Most are rare because no one knows about them, she says. Her message is simple: ask, learn, and respect. And don't assume you know what someone's life looks like. She is truly unique. Number 1. Kim Peek. Kim Peek's mind operated on a completely different level. Born in 1951 with FG syndrome, a rare neurological disorder, Kim stunned everyone with his near-total memory recall. Nicknamed the human Google, he could remember entire books, historical events, and exact dates with uncanny accuracy. His brain processed information in ways most scientists couldn't explain. Kim had read thousands of books, memorized maps, musical compositions, and calendars. His range of knowledge spanned everything from history and literature to science and sports. Despite his condition, Kim didn't let limitations define him. He formed a deep bond with his family, especially his father, Fran Peek, who supported him throughout his life. Kim's story later inspired the character Raymond Babbitt in the film Rain Man. But beyond fame, Kim stayed humble, always eager to teach and connect with others. He passed away in 2009, but his legacy continues to challenge how we think about memory, intelligence, and what the human brain might truly be capable of. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, share it, and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for hanging with us, and we'll see you very soon.